Yo, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about silver's main enemy. Thank you so much for tuning in. I make daily videos, so smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. I also have a second YouTube channel called Coin Conspiracy. If you want to check that out, then go right ahead. So, silver's main enemy. This is going to be talking about why, who, what, when, where, how, and what happened to the potential downfall of silver if it would fall. What is silver's main contender? What is this secret enemy that silver has that could be influencing the prices, influencing the corruption behind it? What is this ingredient? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So it's not gold. A lot of people might think it's gold. It's not gold. Gold actually helps silver out. Silver is gold's little brother. Um, it's perfect. It's a perfect fit. They both are using technology. A lot of people who get into gold start getting into silver and vice versa. It's great. I think it's a healthy relationship for the precious metals world. Gold and silver are really like the top dogs in this. You do see some people start to stack copper and maybe platinum, but it's usually gold and silver. Those are the people who are investing for the precious metal asset. Um, but it's not gold. It's not stocks and these silver certificates or ETFs or anything like that. Those actually can help silver prices as well. We saw Merrill Lynch actually manipulating trillions of dollars on these exchanges for the same reason with these paper silver stocks. What they were doing was placing $1 trillion buy orders on these exchanges and then canceling the buy order before it actually went through. So people thought that silver was getting bought up at massive rapid rates, looking like they were faking this silver explosion on these markets. So then other people start buying these orders and actually going through with it because they didn't know that all those other orders they saw were just getting canceled. So it was a false flag. But that can influence the price. But it's not that. It's not even Merrill. It's not even the stocks. It's not stocks. It's not ETFs. That's not silver's enemy. It's not cryptocurrency. Actually, precious metals and cryptocurrency go hand in hand to some extent. They both are kind of going against the grain, going against the government. There's a lot of gold-backed cryptocurrency nowadays and silver-backed cryptocurrency. They actually can benefit each other. With the central bank in charge, with the central bank in the middle of this centralized exchange, centralized financial system where the bank controls everything. And then you have a decentralized exchange like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, which is the exact opposite, where there's value outside of who says it's what to some extent, like gold and silver. So it's not cryptocurrency. It's not it's not even the economy. It's not how the economic status is or how something is performing or the miners. It's not about how much money or how many profits the miners are making, or how much potential it could have. It's not time. Silver has all the time in the world, and silver's probably going to be, silver's actually been traded as a valued asset for thousands of years. So silver, it's not time. It's not time. It's not the spot price. It's not because it's so low. It's not that people think it's too cheap or it's too expensive. You know what it is? It's people. It's people. People who are scared, people who are impatient, that don't know how to budget their money, that are closed-minded, that think they know everything, that would rather spend $20 on Starbucks every single day instead of spend that $20 on an ounce of silver. You know why? They'll justify something in their irrational mind to contradict their whole reasoning or financial background or focus to something that's just it's so contradicting, it's hypocritical. They might have gold, but they're spending, but the only gold they have is some gold chain that they've overpriced, they've paid way too much money for, that they're going to sell someday or pawn it because they need money for rent. That's the only gold they'll ever have. I'm not trying to trying to put anyone in a box or stereotype anyone, but people is silver's worst enemy. If you look at the reasons that silver has fallen before, it's people. Actually, this could even be silver's best enemy, because people is also the reason silver has appreciated to some extent. And I hate to say this, but tragic events where people are disgusting have actually caused silver to rise, because then people, for some reason, every time a tragedy happens, that's when there's some sense that comes into people's mind and they start actually investing into it. But it could be the downfall, easily be the downfall. It's not the miners, it's not spot price. It's not that it's too expensive or too cheap. It's the impatience aspect of people not willing to budget their money, or it's almost like people like don't want money. Every time they get money, they spend it on something. As soon as they get it, it's like as soon as they get it, it's how can I spend this instead of saving it. And when they spend it, it's on something that they're not going to be able to show for in a couple hours or a week. And it's like, why would you want to live like that? And I don't even think it's a choice. It's almost just like a bad habit. It's not even a choice to some extent. They can't not spend it. If they don't spend it on this thing, the next day they'll convince themselves or justify a reason to spend it on something else. And that's just a bad habit that a lot of people need to break. It's not that it might not even be to the extent that it's not that they don't want to invest in silver or not want to invest into anything or invest in their future. It's that they were taught that way and they don't know any other way. It's when you have money, now I can buy something and reward myself. It's that instant gratification, that instant reward that people seek, that they need that right now. And that's a habit I had to break. Luckily enough, I silver has taught me how to break out of that vicious cycle, because now I can save money pretty easily. Now I can separate my wants versus needs, and now I can separate the huge point that just because you can buy something doesn't mean you can afford it. Once I really understood what that meant right there, it changed everything. Because yes, I could probably buy, a lot of stuff, but I can't afford to buy that. A lot of people think if you can buy it, that means you can have it, and that's not the case. There's a huge difference. So separating your wants versus needs is a huge start. But also, I do want to say this before people do get into silver. If let's say they do see the light and everything does suddenly make sense, they shouldn't just start buying silver right away, especially at the extent that they'll see on these YouTube videos. They need to stack some fiat currency first, aka fiat currency is US dollars or whatever their government backed currency is, in paper form or legal tender form. They need to start stacking that up, and then once they have a nice amount of money stacked up, it doesn't have to be a nice amount, but just enough for emergencies and stuff like that, then they can start buying silver. Because if you just jump into buying silver while you're still in debt or still living paycheck to paycheck, you're probably gonna have to sell that silver in a couple weeks or a couple months anyway, because you're gonna need rent, you're gonna need to pay your phone bill, you're gonna need to pay your car payment, or something's gonna come up, a hospital bill, and then you're gonna have to sell your silver at a loss. And then you're still gonna be you're gonna have to sell your silver at a loss, and then you're still back to being broke, and now you're negative in the hole, owing money in debt. So there's also a subject I could probably make an actually I'm gonna say this for another video, but it's people wondering if you should still invest if you're in debt. I think that's a good topic to start from. That's an interesting one, but I'll say that for another video. But what do you guys think about this? I definitely think that people is silver's worst enemy, silver's worst nightmare, because it's just that nowadays it's almost like it's just the way that people are taught with social media, this instant gratification, this fear and panic and lack of patience is going to destroy any type of investors. And that's also why I respect you guys so much for tuning in and learning about silver and investing in your future. There's far and few of us, and I respect anyone that does. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. Smash the like button, subscribe if you already haven't. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.